Space, rockets, robots, the moon, and beyond. Yeah, it's time for one of those Chico Crypto episodes which makes you really think about what's going on in this world. Because this decade, the 2020s, is about to experience rapid change like no other decade before it. The space race is on like Donkey Kong, and so is this channel. Because it's time for Chico Crypto. Well, the man himself tweeted about it. The man? Elon Musk. I know some of you hate him. He tweeted, "A new space race has begun." This was in reply to BitMEX announcing they were trying to get Bitcoin to the moon, first before Dogecoin, placing a physical BTC on the moon in Q4 of this year. It's not only Bitcoin though. Ethereum is looking to get to space before either of them, and they actually pulled it off. SpaceChain last week announced a successful launch of their Ethereum-based blockchain payload, and from the article we can see it was launched with a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket. So, was Elon involved with this? Well, he did retweet the rocket launch, but nothing about Ethereum going. His Twitter and public words are empty about that. So personally, I believe SpaceChain just paid for a spot on the rocket. SpaceX and Musk have nothing to do with it besides getting it up there. But what about that Doge 1 mission? Well, a Lloyd Ostertag tweeted, "The Doge Father, Emperor of Mars and Techno King at Elon Musk is literally taking Doge to the moon. Thank you Elon and at SpaceX," of which Elon replies, "Thanks Lloyd." Elon is replying to tweets about the Doge 1 mission. Elon Musk even made a tweet of his own about the Doge 1 mission. Obviously, the Doge 1 mission, there is a deeper involvement with SpaceX and Mr. Musk. But what is the goal of Doge 1? What is the plan here? Well, we have to dive back into the official press release of the mission from PR Newswire. The article states, Geometric Energy Corporation's Doge 1 mission to the moon will involve Geometric Space Corporation mission management, collaborating with SpaceX to launch a 40 kg CubeSat as a rideshare on a Falcon 9 lunar payload mission in Q1 2022. This mission will demonstrate the application of cryptocurrency beyond Earth orbit and set the foundation for interplanetary commerce, said SpaceX Vice President of Commercial Sales, Tom Ochenero. So, Geometric Space Corporation is directly collaborating with SpaceX. The mission will set the foundations for interplanetary commerce, said Tom Ochenero of SpaceX. Interplanetary is key, as Tom gave us a big old hint. And so did Elon. Isn't it just sus? 3 days before the announcement of the Doge 1 mission on May 9th, Elon tweeted this, "Make humanity a multiplanetary species." And then going to the people who are collaborating with SpaceX on the mission, Geometric Space Corporation, the subsidiary of Geometric Energy. They say their mission on their website is, Geometric Space Corporation's ultimate ambition is to contribute to the creation of a multiplanetary civilization. They are going big. There is more to this mission than meets the dog's eye. And how are they going big relates to the partners listed at the end of the release also collaborating on the mission. This is Point Blank LLC, Mimir Solutions, and Iteration Syndicate. And I initially covered what is going on in a video already posted last week, which dove into Mimir Solutions, NFY Non-Fungible Yearn, the Greek space coins, advertising on the rocket and satellites, including a Doge NFT meme. Please give that video a watch after you finish this one. It's at the end screen of the video as well as in the description. So let's get deep, as I ended that video off with what I thought the end goal of this all was, getting humans to Mars. I found a Twitter profile and website which is highly connected to this all. That is how to build a spaceship. So, Coyote Doge, leader of Mimir Solutions, is following them on Twitter. That was the initial hint which led researchers into looking into this profile. Now, 2 days after the Doge 1 mission was announced, How to Build a Spaceship tweeted, "The moon is so important for our future at Ochenero, Tom Ochenero. Thanks for getting us there." Remember, Tom Ochenero is the one mentioned in the PR release. He's a vice president of SpaceX commercial sales. And he's saying this sets a foundation for interplanetary commerce. Going back to their tweet, they said, "Thanks for getting us there." Us, as in how to build a spaceship, is part of this and is connected. They end that tweet with a link to their website. Going to that website, it says, "How to build a spaceship for everyone in the world. A science fiction coloring adventure," with a story attached to the coloring adventure. Let's read some of it, beginning with chapter 1. It was the little people of Earth who built the post-scarcity society, when grown-ups wouldn't. Why was the world so unfair? They could see that many people had very little, while only a few remaining dragons hoarded much of the gold to themselves. What if we took care of each other, they thought. How do we build a society funded on equity and fun? Climate change loomed on almost everyone's minds. They thought, if we look at the big picture, maybe we can find a way to fix this. Rogue asteroids, doom-filled supervolcanoes, we should probably have a plan for those too. Let's go big or we may not have a home, they shouted. The sky's the limit, they cliched. To the moon, they typed with exuberance. With their parents' permission, they funded a blockchain smart contract with Dogecoin. 100 million kids pitched in, $10 each. SpaceX and a team of space agencies had $1 billion to design and build the Sprout. Dear Moon was planning a trip to the moon anyway and delivered the Sprout on their way in 2023, to everyone's delight. The Sprout was 146 tons of hydrogen and the most beautiful self-replicating mining and manufacturing robot you have ever seen. A nice story, but now let's go back to their Twitter. They tweeted this May 11th too at Geometric Energy and Space Corporation. What are your thoughts on sending self-replicating mining and manufacturing robots to the moon? At Geometric Energy, we affectionately calls ours the Sprout. Materials plus energy equals resilient orbital habitats. Mining and manufacturing robots to the moon? Well, yes, that is happening, and it comes from a partner listed we haven't dived right into. The first listed of the other partners, Point Blank LLC. But before we get into that, it's time for a relatively relevant sponsor for this video, supported by the team at Society of Galactic Exploration. And like always, the full details of our agreement can be found in the description. Jump into their website, you can see why this is relevant for the content today. They are a cryptocurrency that celebrates space exploration. How are they doing that? Number 1, the SGE NFT platform. Number 2, their mobile application. And number 3, through some pretty dope advanced technology which allows remote telescope control. What does this mean? Well, let me try and explain. They are building a mobile application which will allow users of that app to control space telescopes from partnered observatories and for a reasonable price in the SGE tokens. Astronomers, scientists, artists, tech enthusiasts, or just a regular person who wants to explore space can use this to get high quality space and galactic photos that they are in control of for a better price than you could get anywhere in this world. Space exploration through telescopes is getting decentralized, opening up new revenue streams for astronomers, artists, and beyond. And guess what? The photos captured can and will be turned into NFTs, where the person who captured it is the true owner. They get to choose how many are minted and how much to sell them for. But also a feature of the SGE NFTs, embedded will be legal property and intellectual rights, a first for NFTs across the board, giving the astronomers and artists protections for their exploration finds. The SGE NFT platform will enable space, science, and technology enthusiasts to share their developments and creativity with the public like never before. And the public can purchase these NFTs through the SGE NFT marketplace in application. But the long-term vision of that application? To provide an interactive astronomical study experience where a user can act as their own observatory to explore stars with the help of trained astronomers, while maintaining the user the capacity to mint NFTs as a souvenir of the experience, opening space to the masses. So when is the initial deployment of this? Well, going back to their website and the roadmap, June is a big month. As we can see, their NFT platform is launching, as well as the initial prototype of their application. So be prepared, as they have their first observatory partnership sealed and dealed with the Down Under Observatory and astrophotographer Terry Hancock. And from their recent images, they know what they are doing with telescopic space exploration and photography. And a little tidbit I found, Terry Hancock is also the director of the Grand Mesa Observatory out of Colorado. Incoming second partnership? Possibly. So if a very unique take on space, NFTs, and the future of exploration fits your fancy, links for everything Society of Galactic Exploration, SGE, is down below. Now back to the robots being sent to the moon. The mysterious How to Build a Spaceship was asking Geometric Energy about sending self-replicating mining and manufacturing robots to that moon. Well, this relates to Point Blank LLC. I've found their website, and it's a weird one to say the least. The initial description says, "We are an experimental benefit corporation based out of Portland, Oregon. We created Point Blank as a nexus of compassionate creation, specializing in rapid prototyping and disruptive R&D. Well, clicking on the thing next to the eye, it shows us one of their divisions. As we can see at the bottom, this is Point Blank's robotics division in collaboration with Geometric Energy Corporation. And from the looks of it, they have an early access developer model for a robot going into mass production in Q3 of this year. And look what it says. VR control enabled. Now let's just go back to How to Build a Spaceship story, right where we left off. The Sprout was 146 tons of hydrogen and the most beautiful self-replicating mining and manufacturing robot you have ever seen. A 3D printer that 3D prints itself out of aluminum and silicon it gathers below the surface of the moon. Kids around the world were having a blast, quite literally. They led and trained the mining robots from the comfort of their Earth homes through virtual reality headsets. Thanks to Minecraft, skilled operators were trained, experienced, and ready to go, especially since the smart contract meant they got paid well. Everyone's input is valuable when building the inclusive society of the future. Oh, what the funking fuck? Robots controlled by VR headsets? That is what Point Blank LLC is building. The story from How to Build a Spaceship isn't a story, it's a frickin' plan. And I have proof of that. 3 months ago, How to Build a Spaceship from their Reddit account posted in the SpaceX Lounge this post. How to build a spaceship for everyone in the world. Positive sci-fi short story / business plan. And why do you think Point Blank is retweeting me and my videos? They know I know. So I just want to leave this episode off with a tweet from Point Blank regarding the Greek space coins I talked about last week. They said, location, 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 Rho Beta. I would take their words for it. Cheers, I'll see you next time.